troubleshooting a hissing sound on this new 1.8T stroker build. It's coming somewhere underneath the intake manifold. It started about 3 minutes of initial runtime when the engine first came to temperature. I'm going to play that sound for you 3 or 4 times here and then go through my troubleshooting steps. Listen when the motor stops. It sounds like a leak down is happening. I'm going to try removing vac components from the intake manifold. I started with the suction jet pump and the brake booster components. I'll call out the different pieces here in case you're unfamiliar with this. And that goes to your brake booster. That goes to the PCV bleeder, intake manifold, and intake manifold. Here's silicone plugs. You see one on the PCV bleeder. You see one on the intake manifold closer to us. Also plug the other manifold port right there. And then I plug this. That goes to the N249 solenoid. So those changes had no effect. It's the exact same sound, but at least we've eliminated all those vac lines as a potential source of the leak or the sound. This 034 PCV setup is new to me, so I thought, hey, let me put the old one on. It didn't make any noises, but that didn't help either. But at least eliminated the new PCV setup. Just want to show the vacuum at idle. It's about 16 inches of mercury, which is okay. At this point, I went out and got a smoke tester. I didn't have one, but I do this kind of stuff enough. I figured I'd get one. And this is my setup. I just have it hooked into the intake manifold. I just took one of the plug ports out, and you can see it right there. Alright, once the pressure came up, it was really obvious. You see smoke coming out of the number 4 injector cup. It's actually coming out of the threads, not the O-ring seal where the injector sits. So it looks like we got to put new injector cups in. Of course, the old injector cups broke apart and didn't want to come out, so we end up chiseling them out, which is a little dicey because you're trying to protect those soft, fine aluminum threads in the intake manifold. And that's what the new billet aluminum cups look like. And there you see them installed. I use Loctite blue on the threads. So it wasn't actually the injector cups, it was the fuel rail I was using, and the spacers I was using didn't align the injector properly for the O-ring to seat into the injector cup. I'm using a small port fuel rail with 034 injector spacers on a large port head, and that apparently doesn't work. So I went and got this Jack Spania Racing fuel rail, and I was able to, without any spacers, it just bolts right up on my configuration, solve this problem. The machining on this was a little bit rough. I had to deburr it and get those kind of machining flash off. It also is aluminum, so I had some trouble with this sealing, so I used Permatex surface prep with Permatex high temperature thread sealant. Let that set up. Once I got that cured, I had no more vacuum leak, no more fuel leak. I did have to remove the cherry picker attach point and tolerance this out a little bit to get the fuel pressure regulator adapter to fit in the back. Here's what the final install looks like. Looks nice. You see I also added a fuel pressure sensor here. I'm going to use that with my Haltech standalone. And no more vac leak. I double checked this by spraying brake clean into the injector cups. Didn't hear any change in idle. I think we're good. Thanks for checking it out.